Hey there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Today has been a rather serendipitous day for me, because not only did they drop a trailer for Sony's new movie Connected, but while I was at Walmart today, I learned that Sony, because of this very sick PlayStation shirt, was made in 1994, the same year I was made. And, to be even more perfect, this trailer, which we're about to watch and break down, is perfect for me. The premise is right up my alley, but more importantly, the visuals. Oh my god, the visuals. I did not think a movie would become more visually appealing to me than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that's still number one for right now. But this movie has the potential to dethrone that, which is honestly wild to me. I didn't think that was going to happen until 2022, whenever Spider-Verse 2 comes out. But it's got all the makings for just dethroning that movie for me, as far as the visual elements go. I don't know if it'll do it for the story, because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is basically a perfect story, but we'll see, We'll see. So we're going to hop right into the trailer here. We're going to see if it's any good. It's good. The trailer's great. We're going to look at the visuals. We're breaking down the visuals and some of the little flares and pops they're doing here. Let's go ahead and get started. I love that pug so much.
Katie used to be my little buddy. We used to be so connected.
Hey, Dad, smile.
Already, this movie is extremely sweet. I love the premise of this movie and what it seems to be going with. It's just a father wanting to connect with his daughter. And that's really, really cute. I love the little details in the texture work here. The hair on his chest is just like little lines. You have that detailed hair in the beard that's drawn on, it looks like. The texture, the model itself extrudes out from his face a little bit like beards do, but it's just ever so slightly like drawn on so that these are always dark, these are always lighter. There's no capturing light there. It's just emulating capturing light by putting these little striations in it. The fluffy texture on the jacket here is cartoony and nice. You can see the backgrounds here. They're doing the same thing they did in Spider-Verse, where they have these hand-drawn background elements, which this is all probably a 3D model here. But then they went over and they drew over everything again to make these darker outlines and everything to make it look more out of focus while still giving like a visual kind of illustrated pop out. And I absolutely love that. That is such a great, great touch.
Dad, this is how I experience things.
I don't think.
I hate Instagram filters so much. I hate the Instagram, the Snapchat filters that give you the big tongues and everything. But damn it, that's cute. That is just so good. Wait a second. Hold on. Zoom. Enhance. Zoom. Enhance. Is that a gay pride pin? Is one of Sony's leads in this movie a member of the LGBTQ community? Disney, eat your heart out. You've had this lazy, weak-ass backtracking style of supporting the LGBTQ community, of having these scenes that can be easily cut out and edited out, or having a throwaway line from a character in Onward that, sure, in America, we hear it, and it's like, okay, cool, great, you did it. Passive recognition of someone's girlfriend. All right, in overseas films, that's not going to be subbed or dubbed the exact same way at all. Disney's doing a bad job of supporting LGBTQ, which is crazy because they can do a lot more. They can easily sell themselves as like the representative, the supportive LGBTQ film studio, but they're refusing to. But this right here, with Sony just putting it out there, right there, a little pin, and just saying, yep, our character, at the very least, is an ally, if not just straight up a member of the LGBTQ community. But this tells me that she is some facet of the community. Lesbian or bi or whatever. She's some member of it and she supports it. And that's fantastic, because this shows by itself that Sony's willing to do things like that. And that's just so good. Shout out to Sony.
You know what? This is our last night together. How about we make 10 seconds of family eye contact? Starting. Put your phone down now.
So, one thing I want to point out here is in the previous shot here with the younger son here, you can see on his face here like these little lines here, but he has no lines around like the outside of his eyes. We go to this next shot right here, and you can see like they drew in the lines here, underneath here. They drew all these in. Those things aren't textured on. These things are just hand drawn after the fact to really sell the look of everything. And it's just so good. And again, you can see like the texturing here on the hair. He has the regular like fine hairlines, but they went over top of that with an extra layer of texture and gave it these bolder lines that just look more illustrated and more hand-drawn. Okay, all of this right here. All of this. Hold on. So, first we have these hand-drawn elements coming off the phone showing, the alarm's going off, you know? Then we got her running down the hallway here. She's so excited, so we have these little flowers and everything. And you can tell as I'm moving, they're at a different frame rate. So you have her moving for a couple frames and it jumps, then she moves and it jumps. It's moving at like half the frame rate, but it doesn't feel out of place because they match the saturation and the color of everything so much. It's just little accents and pops, and it really sells the emotion and the movement. And then again, right here when the door opens up, she's electric and finishy. She's excited, she's ecstatic. So whenever the door opens up, she's just ready to move on, go on to the next world. The door swings open and get these little lightning bolts and everything. She's just so excited that it just sells the door opening much harder than it actually is. Because the door's not moving that fast, but it sells the idea of it moving faster than it is. Little hearts and all that. God, I love it so much.
We are going to drive you to school on a cross-country road trip as a family.
Right here. But you can see the house, they're drawing behind the house. They've kind of cut the house in half. And they draw behind the front of it, still showing that it's there. That's just one frame and everything. And the fire moves up, and it's just, it's so cute. Look at this. It's got so much character to it. And like, yeah, it's a nightmare. It's like the screaming faces from that one painting. I have to find it because I don't know where it is or what it's called. But it's just the screaming faces and everything, and the ecstatic electricity coming out of it. Because now, oh no, her world's on fire. Her plans have been ruined. And it's all just drawn on top of the original frame. Maybe not so much here. They composited this tree in front of it, so that's probably rendered out separately. But God, it's so nice.
And now I present Tricking Rick Mitchell and a Kiss the Dog.
Dang it, Katie! Dang it, Katie!
Hey, Dad, can you kiss the dog?
Yeah, sure. Dang it, Katie!
Dang it, Katie!
They're supposed to be.
I don't know what it is about this guy. I don't know what it is, but he reminds me so much of my old professor in art school. He reminds me so much of John Hill, just visually, especially in the face. Go follow him on Twitter. He has a short film coming out that I worked on one shot of, and this is just, it's just him. It's just John Hill visually. It's fantastic.
They will never, ever.
Okay, the lighting here is so nice. You see, like, just how hard this rim lighting is coming in. There's one coming in from the side. There's another coming in from the front. There's so many lights in this scene. You got a rim light here, a rim light here for this, a rim light here for the visor, all of this. And there's even a little bit of that like chromatic distortion that you see in a lot of Spider-Verse. That's how they do their out of focus in Spider-Verse, is that chromatic distortion. But they've done it here, not so much to make things look out of focus, but to add like a separate lighting element to it. So instead of using it as out of focus, they're repurposing the same technique, and it's really great. And also blue, pink, you know, I gotta shout out those colors. They're my colors. Okay, hold on. We got it again. It's like right here. They're zooming by and they're coming in at an angle. But because they're coming in at an angle, what they're doing to sell that fast motion is in a straight line, in a straight parallel. These little beams out of their feet are coming out and crossing. And they're coming out in the straight line even though they're moving at an angle. But it's selling the fact that they are flashing by the screen. All of these are just little painted on blur lines that they did. And you can see like the individual strokes on the outside of them and the gradients on the inside. Oh my God, look at this. These little individual strokes here, all these gradients. These little details are probably just motion blur. I doubt they're painted in. But like elements like this around these like rockets are probably hand drawn or hand painted in from what I know from the making of Into the Spider-Verse. The same tools and tricks are using here. Right there. That smoke effect, that's not a particle. That's all hand drawn. And look at this blur frame here. Look at this. They They have this like multi-image here where it's like really skinny at the top, then it gets a little bit wider, and then it comes all the way down to form the full shape. And that's just selling that hard impact without motion blur. It's so stylized whenever he lands. It's just one frame. And it's just so nice. And these little effects here are probably painted in effects as well.
What is this strange creature? Dog, pig, loaf of bread.
Oh yeah, this shot right here. This shot right here. She's got some kind of beam. It doesn't matter, but like the way the beam moves, all the little accents and details on it, she's like grabbing it and throwing it into other ones. All these hand-drawn little details here, making the pop and the explosion come out. Look at that. Look at this explosion. This is not a pre-rendered explosion. Somebody came in and they painted these big, colorful balloons of explosion and then added a little bit of a blur to it at the edge. And all these little texture bits here are just brushed in. And it moves so nice. The little effects coming off of this, just selling the motion and the movement, these tiny little explosions. You don't see pink and blue particles coming off of an explosion. It's a fictional movie, and they're going to go nuts with it, and they are completely valid for doing so. It's so nice. Like, look at all these little explosions. That is just a completely different style explosion, but it's out of focus in the background, so it doesn't feel out of place. This right here, that hit right there of another explosion going off. That hit right there. It's just all so dynamic and it's so good. Ooh, it's so nice. And all of it's just reflecting off of her, showing these pink and orange highlights. Oh my goodness. Hits there, and a little bit of purple comes in. Oh, it's so good. And all the movement, all the lines of action, and all the energy here in this pose. It's all just so dynamic. Oh, it's so good.
That's my girl.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's back up to behind the dad. Yeah, right there. He's excited. They're flying, I guess, but he's excited. And boom, these rainbows of color come out. And they're just so simple. Oh, it's so nice. I love it so much.
To save the world.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, look. I didn't even notice this the past couple times I've been looking at it. First of all, his little face drawn on the robot, which makes me think they like hacked it and stole it. And then boom, she comes down, more rainbows. And then there, little excited faces of her. I didn't notice that the first 3 times I watched this trailer. When you slow it down and you look at it in the little details, it just shows so much love and care that's put into it. And they're animated. Her little arms are coming up. In this one, it's just so good.
Oh, he licked my tongue.
There's just so much to be said about this movie. Just visually looking at it. It's going to be a good movie on its own right. Like the storytelling seems locked in. The premise seems locked in. And it's, I believe Chris Miller's directing this, right? Producers Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Yeah, they're producing this. These two know how to make a good family film. They know how to make a good, personable film. And that's what this movie's going to be. I am 110% in on this. And it's directed by Mike Aranda, who directed some Gravity Falls episodes. And I love me some Gravity Falls. There's no way it's going to fail. This movie is going to be fantastic. I am 110% ready for September. This movie is going to be great. It's just, oh my God. There's no words. There are words. I just can't find them right now because I'm so excited for this movie. This movie is going to be great. Visually, it's going to be just an absolute feast for the eyes. The story is going to be heartwarming and sweet. And the fact that the lead has some kind of LGBTQ representation in it is fantastic. There's no way I'm not watching this movie. And there's no way you shouldn't watch this movie. All right. That's the end. I'm Cody Hansel. Thank you for watching. I stream every Thursday and Friday, so go check out my Twitch for that. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I'm going to be raving about this film forever. And leave a comment down below what your favorite shot from this trailer was. Like, find a little shot, timestamp it, drop it down below. I'll look at them because I want to know what other people's favorite shots are. Or tag me on Twitter and tell me what your favorite shot is, because I would love to respond and like break down that shot with whoever posts it. So that's going to be great. This movie is going to be fantastic. yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.